Tun Daim actually is not a full-time politician. He was more a businessman, and he was a successful businessman. And when I had a problem regarding the appointment of a Minister of Finance, I had lost my Minister of Finance. I thought a good candidate would be Daim. Although he was not a politician, he was not acting, being a member of the party. I asked him to become a minister. And to do that, of course, I asked him to be made a senator. As a senator, he was made Minister of Finance, and he gave his views and support fully to the government, although he had to stop his business during that time, because as a minister he cannot be involved in business. But he did not create any problem for me. He was a good minister who gave good advice to the government.
So I remember meeting Tun for the first time, trying to reconnect with him as our patron of UKEC in the winter of 2004. And you know, as a young student in the UK at that time, it was actually quite intimidating to go and meet this person who at that point had such a magnanimous standing as not just a minister but as an accomplished business person. And I was very, very much impressed that, you know, as humble as I tried to be going there, it took really no time for Tun to recognize and recollect what was UKEC and his contribution towards the Malaysian Student Society at large. And in fact, 10 years on, at that time he had been patron for just under 10 years, he was still very much interested and involved in what was happening and how students were being affected in the UK, especially the Malaysian students.
We first met Tun in, if I recall correctly, in March 2007. 18th of March 2007, it was a Sunday. We got a call from the assistant that he was in London. So we decided to reach out to him and ask him if he could meet up with us, the Malaysian students, the UKEC students, at Malaysia Hall. And I remember all of us, it was late March. It was quite cold. We were outside Malaysia Hall waiting for a car. But instead, he came walking. So Tun, with his simple style, with his cap, he was walking, and we were surprised because apparently he walked all the way from central London or wherever he was from to see us. And he spent a good 2-3 hours with us, you know, giving advice to us what we should do as students.
When I was chairman in 2008 and 2009, we made an effort to reconnect with our patron. And I remember it was in our UKEC room in the basement. We had our first meeting after I was elected, and Arafat here was the regional chairman then, and he said we should make a courtesy call to meet our patron.
Having the opportunity to meet him and to learn leadership from him and to understand, oh, actually the insights that he gave us, actually something that I think is very invaluable, and we're quite thankful for that. That you know, not many people had the opportunity to actually have a chat with him and say, "Sir, Tun, these are the things. What do you think?" You know, and he's very frank, and he'll tell you the backstory.
He's a very, very well-tuned globalist. Tun is, but he at the same time can relate to like Kedah paddy farmers challenges or people in kampong and all that. So he is a very unique Malaysian in that sense.
Tun, not only he was supportive of UKEC when we were students, but beyond us all being students, you know, when we started our career as a professional, all of us would see him often at his office. And as Faz mentioned, you know, we knew that we had that 15 minutes with him. We had to be precise
Yep.
And he was always very supportive and always gave very good guidance to us all.
And I think that's really what would always stick with me in terms of my memory of Tun. Meetings with Tun always had to be sharp, succinct, and straight to the point. And as challenging as it was really to kind of go into these meetings, try to be as prepared as you can, to have all your points laid out for constructive discussion. In fact, it was even more impressive that he would be able to catch all of these points that you're trying to share in the midst of everything else that's just happening around him, right? He has 1,001 other things to attend to. But in that 15-30 minute window, his focus was entirely on you, and he would be able to rationalize and make sense of the things that you're trying to share, and actually have very precious and meaningful discussions in that time.
And the Rakyat has made its choice for the simple reason that the Rakyat feels that it's time for change. Change not because of the government for the sake of change. This is a lesson to be learned, but it is the Rakyat who decide their fate. If they misbehave, this is the first time in the history of Malaysia where people rose and told the leaders, the government, enough is enough. There's too much of this rubbish going on, and it's time the system has to change. And if the present government does not change, they also will be changed. This is a warning by the Rakyat to the people that they are the leaders, they are the ones that decide the future of this country, not the politician. The politician can have the program, but if you don't deliver on those programs, they will be rejected. This is a serious message from the Rakyat.